It takes a lot of grit to stay in real estate, doesn't it? Or do you find it just completely easy and this is like the easiest thing you've ever done? Never changes, it's the same thing every day. It's almost never like that, is it? So what I'll tell you a little bit about myself, as you'll be hearing from me throughout the day. You can tell by my accent that I'm from Tasmania, and I've been here in the West for 25 years. I was reminded, I was in Perth last night, staying at a hotel there that used to be the Hyatt, and they've changed it over or whatever. And I remember I was there for a careers night back in 2001. For some of you that are young, I can see some young faces in the room, there was electricity in Perth at that stage, but the sales pitch to get into real estate at that stage was, guy up front says, I drive a Saab that's convertible. And we do a lot of sundowners. It's the best career ever. That was the career pitch. And there was no technology, there was no Facebook, there was no Instagram, there was none of that. And yet here we are. The world has changed, we've all survived. You know, how many can remember getting your offers on the fax machine at the office where you had to scramble down there because you thought it was the paper would either curl or the contract would disappear as it was being printed, all those kind of stuff. And now we're in a world where AI does stunts for us. You know, how many of you use ChatGPT to write your ads? Anyone? A few of you, beautiful, cool. How many of you use AI in different aspects of your business? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And so for today, I just want to, again, invite you to relax. We're going to go over a lot of stuff here. Some will be new technology for you. Some will be stuff that you go, that doesn't resonate with me. I don't like that. And that's okay. There'll be other stuff that you really like and you think, how do I get access to that? There'll be people that you can interact with. What I want to challenge you today is, as we start, is keep an open mind. Be curious. You have a career in front of you, even those of you that were standing at the end, you have a career in front of you that can go as long as you want it to go. My message to you this morning is, be open-minded and don't play small. Live to your potential. You deserve it, your families deserve it, and you can make anything you want to out of this wonderful career of real estate that we have. We're just going to transition to our first fireside chat. If you need to check an email quickly, you can do that. I will do the housekeeping just before. Rules are no smoking, no vaping, no joints out on the back patio there. The joints, that location is off premises. There is a muster point just out the front here, so in the event of a fire, make your way there. And if there is, oh yes, this is the most important thing for those of you that had 4 coffees today. The loos are just where you came in. As you come in, you pick up your name tag here. If you turn this way, that's where you'll find the loos. My wife used to be in real estate with me years ago. Her most important question at any training event is, when is morning tea, when is lunch, and when is afternoon tea? I remember I was saying last night, we were at a Michael Sheargold training session back in the day, and he was right into it. He was talking to us about keeping our commissions and don't give in, and da-da-da. Do you have any questions? And my wife, all 5'1" of her hand up. When is morning tea? And I just, I'm like, what are you doing? But there'll be a run sheet on your table that will tell you when morning tea is. And if somebody wants to just shout out when it is it?
11.
Perfect, all right. So just set your timers so we don't miss morning tea, because that's, for some of you, the best part of today. So sit back, relax while Chris Jansen comes to the front, and we'll have a bit of a chat. But check your messages for a moment if you need to. If you need to take a call, just go outside. That's fine. Just go. We're all in business. We know timber pest inspections. What's happening? You know, is the offer being accepted? Have they presented it? What's my seller doing? It's total chaos. did I get the listing? All those kind of things. I want to welcome Chris Jansen. Chris Jansen comes to us from Adelaide this morning. He traveled internationally to get here, which is a bit of a story, and that's important, so let's talk about that. How did that happen? That was a technology story.
Is this, I don't know if this is on.
Yeah, it will be.
Testing.
We'll have a seat. It might come on. Perfect. Grab a seat.
So I'm still scarred from it. I mean, I feel like I've travelled the world, but I've only really gone to a different state. Checked in internationally, apparently checked out of my country, only to check back in through international terminals. So obviously when I booked, I didn't check that it was an international flight. Who would have thought there's international flights out of WA from SA, right?
Yes.
So, but I'm here.
So I went to pick him up at the airport yesterday, and I was looking at his flight, and it's international arrivals from Adelaide. So you had to go through customs, come back into the country, all that kind of stuff. So we're glad you made it.
Thank you. And it's awesome to be here. And as a South Aussie lad in 2021, my family and I travelled this great state of yours. So is there anyone here from Adelaide that I'm going to offend? I know there's a few Queenslanders that I'm definitely going to offend, but West is best, most certainly. I love it here, and it's awesome to be back here because in 2021 we got lost in your beautiful state for about 7 months. We conceived a child whilst travelling in your beautiful state, so maybe there's a little bit of West Australian blood in my family.
You didn't name her Perth or anything like that, so that's great.
We did think about it. More so
like all the celebrities, London, Paris, they've all got celebrity names. Yeah, no, that's great. Now, Chris, you are in real estate, and you are a transactional agent day to day. Chris is actually going to do a session for us later in the day on using Gamma in creating powerful tools for your real estate business. So that's going to be a little bit in this afternoon. But Chris, I want to just get your take on, you get exposure to a lot of things that are happening globally, and you've been in the real estate business for 15 years. So you were a franchise owner in a franchise brand. You now kind of are doing your own thing. Where do you see what's happening in the real estate space?
Yeah, so for me, a little bit of background. This is my 16th year.
Yep.
So first and foremost, I'm a father, a husband of 2 beautiful children. Been transacting anywhere between 50 and 70 homes pretty consistently for the last 10 years. Formerly, I've only ever moved my business in life once, from a traditional franchise model to now a cloud-based model. Definitely it's helped me understand not just the local presence that's out there as a local business myself, but the opportunity that's there to leverage your business on a national and global scale. I mean, you only have to have a look at what's happened with cloud-based, any industry almost in the last 4 or 5 years. It's accelerated at rapid rate. I mean, when I started in the model that I'm a part of now, they see behind us EXP Realty, we were country number 4 in 2019, and about 16,000 agents a part of the model at that time. If we fast forward to today, 2025, we're opening our 27th country, and we're north of 80,000 agents globally, powered by cloud-based tech solutions such as ours.
Yeah. A lot of businesses playing in that space now, which is fantastic. If you're old like me, you've been in real estate for a while, we were like, you need our brand, you need our office space, you need all that. But nowadays, agents can go where they want, be the rock star in their own community, be really well known, and build those relationships with people. And I think that's one of the key messages for today. You have unlimited potential, wherever you are, whatever brand you're with, you have unlimited potential just if you put your mind to it. How do you see, we were talking briefly yesterday, even the bricks and mortar businesses of the world are really struggling. So those of you that are old like me, you will remember what a TAB is. That's where your uncle used to go and spend all of his earnings, and your auntie was mad at him for doing it, because horse 2 was a sure thing. Those businesses are being tremendously impacted. I don't know if you've ever walked past a TAB in the last little while and looked inside. You still got Uncle Craig in the back, and there's somebody out the front having a smoke. But everything else is online in that industry. I've got young kids that are between 20 and 30, they dabble in it. They say they dabble. I don't know how much of a dabble it is, but they're in the online gambling space. It's all on their phone. It's all mobile with them, which has its pros and cons, definitely. In the real estate space, where do you see some of the things like AI and all that going? And also, does someone have to be completely computer savvy to be successful in real estate these days?
Well, it's definitely here, and you're going to see, I'll do a live demo for you today, and some people hate AI and discourage it. I think you have to absolutely embrace it within our industry. It's not going anywhere, it's evolving at a rapid pace, and I don't see it replacing us. I absolutely foresee it, and you've seen the live demo today, some efficiencies that it's creating in my business, particularly around lead gen, which is probably the number one thing we all want as agents, right, is more leads to handle, right? So I'm going to share with you a demo today how you can actually leverage AI to create a call to action to drive your own lead generation with AI. And pretty much it's as simple as this, Rob. We're having a conversation here. If you can think of yourself having a conversation with a bot and telling it what to do in the demo I'm going to share with you later today, it's exactly the same. Conversing with the bot that will evolve and get to understand you as a person and a character, who you are, your uniqueness within your business, your marketplace. But the way I see this is, I mean, there's a lot of young faces here that have been three less years. Who remembers the .com boom? The 90s. It was a cool era, wasn't it? Like, who would...
A couple old people out there remember that. Old people like me.
But let's be honest, we haven't seen any evolution really in our industry since the .com boom, when everything went from paper-based, printing, newspaper articles, feature ads, all that, to moving online. Well, this is the exciting thing about AI, is it's the next .com boom for our industry. And you only have to think back to the .com boom. If you could be in the garage with Bill Gates or Steve Jobs of the likes and that early adaptation to it, how cool would it be? Well, that's exactly the point we're at with AI in our industry. So I think you hit the nail on the head, Rob, is whether you use AI or not, just have an open mind today. And I'm going to keep it really simple for you with the demo that I'll share with you later this afternoon. Pete's going to talk to you about the Rex demo, which is really cool, about the AI component in that. And we were talking about at the seminar in Melbourne last week about we as agents will eventually become prompt engineers. We'll be telling the AI and prompting it what we need within our business to become more efficient.
Fantastic. If we can step aside just for a minute, do the basics of real estate selling change if we adapt technology?
They never will.
Yeah.
They never will go away. And sometimes I feel with technology we can overcomplicate what we do at the end of the day. We're still a relationship-based business, we're a people-based business. You're going to have to return calls, you're still going to have to prospect and make those calls. And that's why I feel in our industry that's a real advantage for us, is that we are a people-based industry. We're not going to have robots doing opens for us, and sure they might do prospecting for you, but I think you're still going to have that connection with people. People deal with people in 2025.
Cool. I know we got people with a lot of different varieties of experience here. Some people are just crushing it, you know, and their biggest problem is they have too many listings, you know, and they're selling so fast. And you know, what do I do with the money? You know, that's their biggest problem. There would be one or two people in the room here, though, that might not have that as a problem, and they're looking at reshaping their business. Talk to us a little bit, because Chris wears a lot of different hats, but let's just think about your transactional business. You'll just talk us through that. Tell us a little bit about the farm patch that you work in, how you communicate with that patch, and then a little bit about QR coding and some of that stuff that you're using, which I know lots of you are using QR codes, but Chris has got a really succinct way of doing that.
Yeah, so I've been running a core area for 10 plus years. Last year it netted me 119,000 in GCI across 12 sales. That's pretty much the norm for my area. I still letterbox drop every month. They're a community report, and a lot of the AI stuff I'm going to show you today, you can cross-pollinate.
I just want to get is anyone still letterboxing? Yeah? Yeah? So we got about 48.7%. That's great.
Yeah.
And
the thing is, when you create a letterbox drop, I know creatively we sit there and it can take hours away from our business, right? What looks good? Is this good letterbox drop? Is it catchy? What's the call to action? You can actually get AI to build that for you. So you'll see today in the AI demo that I'll do, I actually cross-pollinate it, not just digitally, but what I also put into letterbox drops. Because letterbox drops still have a place, they always will. It's repetition, it's consistency. You've got to be seen, because not everyone is digitally online still to this day from a consumer's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk us through, you've been in a farm area for 10 years. It means when you go to Woolies, Coles, IGA, whatever it is, you get stalked all the time. And what's the market doing? What's that? How do you keep your marketplace up to date?
Yeah, so I do a community report, and in that it has a real estate specific back page. Inside it's got a bit of a finance update that my broker provides to us. It's got the previous month's sale in there. So that goes out each and every month. I always look at it from the point of view that it's me talking to my marketplace from a person-to-person perspective. Take the real estate hat off. So I do that each and every month. That goes out to 1,630 homes religiously. I employ a local...
So that's a physical thing that you send out?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
actually tangible?
Yeah, it's an A4, trifold, high gloss, 250 GSM. A lot of it's short, sharp, shiny, but it is QR code that if the consumer scans the letterbox drop, because you can only fit so much on a DL or a letterbox drop, but if they scan the code, it takes them to the AI stuff, landing pages, websites, all the stuff AI can build for you today. So I do that. I do welcome to the area packs to this day. So anyone who buys a property in my area, whether it's through me or not, I go and introduce myself to them, even if they bought it through another agent, and introduce myself as the local agent. I give them a little package, a welcome to the area pack. In that contains information that supports local businesses. It lets them know when their bin pickup days are. Just small things, small little things like that, that make it look like you're the area expert in that area. But the biggest thing for me that has attributed to a 40 to 50% consistent market share in that area over the last 10 years is my community reports. And I very much try and look at what's relevant now in the market, not what the future might hold or what the past is. What's happening right now, live.
Yeah, and I like the way that you do it because you're able to customize it, and because the way that you do it, you're not relying on someone somewhere else to generate the content for you. Like, you're in the community, you're doing it.
Well, the other best thing I've ever done, does anyone in the group here run a BDA, farm area, core area postcode that you religiously market to each?
Just put your hands up so we can see. We're just trying to get a feel for where you're at in your real estate experience. Yeah, so we got,
cool.
That's dropped to 38.2%. Yeah.
And do you guys market to that in a letterbox drop format every month? Yep, cool.
Every week.
Every week?
Yeah, we do it fortnightly.
Brilliant.
And we often do it ourselves because we get speak to people.
Absolutely. The other great win that I've had for myself, and again it comes down to time efficiencies. When I started for the first 5 years of my career, absolutely I did all the drops myself. It's great physically, mentally, and you're seen in the community. But the biggest win I've had probably of late is actually engaging local families and their kids to do the drops for me, particularly kids that are aged between 12 and maybe 17 that can't gain employment. By doing that, so my letterbox droppers, for the 1,600 drops, they get $200 a month for dropping those out, right? Pretty good coin if you smash it out in about 7 hours, work it out, it's about $28 an hour for a 15-year-old to be on. I also offer them an incentive bonus that any listings that come to my core area in that month, I give them a $20 bonus. Doesn't matter where it comes from. Whether it's social, a letterbox dropper, call, a database, whatever it might be, it's skin in the game, so I reward them. So my letterbox dropper, Nancy, who's 15, last month she made $240 because I got 2 listings, so there's a bonus for her. But the spin-off for that is the mums and dads become the biggest raving fans and advocates for your business, because you're helping their kids. And the amount of business that I've got referred back to me outside of my core area, just for helping their kids from their mum and dad, has paid for my letterbox drops tenfold each and every year for the last 10 years.
That's amazing. And what I love about technology, and we're going to hear about how to do social media marketing, we're going to hear about the gamma scenario that you're talking about. Peter's going to talk to us about how AI works within certain CRM systems. We're going to talk a lot of different tech today. So for those of you that came for tech, don't worry, it's coming. But what I love is that real estate is still relational. I know people in the room, so I work with some of the people in the room. They run a paper diary, they got a phone and a pen, because the battery life in a pen is amazing, and they just network. They don't do a farm area, they just have people ring them up. Oh, my cousin told me to call you because you're the agent. And so what I want you to be thinking about today is, in your patch, in your context, wherever it is, in your office, wherever you're working, what steps can you take to be the rock star to the people that need you? There are people right now in Perth that need you, your specific skills that you have, your personality, the way that you interact with people. They need you to be their defender in the marketplace. They need you to be their agent. So just be thinking about, what can I do to be the rock star to either that group or that location, whether it's a demographic kind of thing. Chris, what are some of the basics? So we've got some people here that might be dabbling. What are some of the basic skills that people need to start to work on, to master? I know we've had people in here that are amazing. I know your Instagrams are amazing, they're flawless, you are spot on. But we have other people here that are like, what, that Instagram thing you talk about, what is that again? So we have agents at all levels here. So what are some of the things what are the tech tools that people can explore if they're just getting started with moving into tech?
Yeah, look, I mean, we help coach and mentor a lot of agents across the country through our model, and at the epicenter of our model is collaboration, uplift and help every agent to succeed and win in business and life. But what I see with many agents that I work with is a lot of chaos. They're trying to work on 38 different things rather than trying to master one, right? So when we talk about tech...
Does anyone have a friend that's like that? Not you yourself, but a friend. Yeah. I have a friend and he's always in the mirror. Yeah. He's like that,
yeah. So, but for me, it's just about working on one thing at a time. So, you know, the thing with tech that we're talking about today is it's moving at such a rapid pace, and there's so much abundance and availability for all of us as industry agents, irrespective of model where you work, to plug anything you want for speed and efficiencies in your business. So you can be super agile with tech these days, more so than ever before. But I think for me, just work on one thing at the beginning. Like whether it's the Gamma app today, I'm sure. Has anyone seen Gamma.app before?
Yeah.
Richard? So there's only a
three. So it's great. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
So that's gonna be my tip today. What you see, go away, have a play. It's almost idiot proof. If you can talk to somebody and hold conversation, just do the same with the bot. Be a prompt engineer, and you'll be able to create landing pages, websites. You'll be able to re-enhance Word documents, PDF, pre-listing kits, whatever it is. So today my number one tip is the Gamma app, for sure. It's been a game changer for me, for what I was spending thousands of dollars to get a landing page built for me, a website done. It can do all the basic fundamentals for you.
Cool, and you just reminded me by saying that. How many of you use some form of a Blink card, a digital business card, a Blink card, a link tree, something like that? Just put it up your hands so we've got kind of a feel for that. Okay, so we're dropping percentages with each question that I ask. So either people's sugar levels are dropping or their participation, it's all good. Talk to us a little bit about, you use a Blink card. Tell us what that is, and so that we have that probably as a stepping stone to then when we get our Gamma app scenario stuff, you can link in the codes, etc. So just talk to us briefly about Blink cards.
So this came across again, being global. When I was in America, I went to a massive conference, 6,000 EXP agents in one location, incredible. And here I am giving out paper-based cards, this guy from Australia, right? And people are like, okay, who's this guy?
Paper?
Yeah.
Don't you care about the environment?
That's right. So somebody introduced me to Blink, and I was like, okay, cool. So I had a look at it, and it was pretty cool, and it was free, which is always good for us industry agents. Anything that we can leverage for free is awesome. But after he introduced me to Blink, he literally went away somewhere in the conference and shot a video, and he sent it through to me in his Blink card, and it came up as a notification. And it was, hey Chris, great to meet with you today. Awesome, man. Love you guys. You Aussies are freaking amazing. Blah blah blah. And but the thing was, it gave him my information, right? Because I had the Blink app. So straight away, it digitally connected me with him. But it gave me all his information, email, mobile, all his socials, everything, not just a mobile and email address. I could connect with him across LinkedIn, Insta, Facebook, immediately at the click of a button. So what I've done is I've brought that into my business because, you know, who books things online these days more so than ever before, whether it's a hairdresser appointment or the doctors, or we're all booking online, right? How many of you have a call to action in your business right now where a consumer, if you do a letterbox drop or you do a meta ad, can actually physically book with you online right now if they want an appraisal? Are you set up like that? Cool.
Awesome. Well done, guys. We've got two. So those guys will be also running a session later today on how that's done.
Come on up, come on down. But isn't it crazy that we all book Ubers, we all order off Amazon, we all book our hairdresser or doctor's appointment online. Nobody physically wants to pick up the phone these days. Many people avoid it as much as possible. Yet we as industry agents don't provide the facilities for our own clients to book in directly with us. So again, today I'm going to show you through Gamma app and Blink how I've set up so clients can book in appraisals with me directly from a letterbox drop, a meta ad, a lead form, whatever it might be, without even having to pick up the phone and speak with me.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Technology is so good. I mean, I remember the old days. If you could afford to do advertising in the West or the Sunday Times, remember those things where and you'd be calling the person and go, how much does it cost for 6 lines? Wait, how much for 4 lines? What about 3 lines? How much does that cost, right? And now we just have access to everything, and so many providers are free. There are a few people that have the Blink cards or the link trees set up. You just raise your hands again if you've got a Blink tree or a Blink card or whatnot. Yeah, cool. If you don't, have a look around, and I want to really emphasize, I'd love for you guys to mingle a lot. I know there's a lot of introverts like me that are shy and quiet, but you want to just, in our breaks, mingle around. Those with a Blink card or link tree, show the people that don't have that how it works, because you can connect YouTube videos, you can connect your pre-list kits, you can do everything connected to that.
So the URL for it, if you want to look at it now, folks, is blink.me. You can create an account for free.
So it's BLINQ.me.
Yeah, you can create an account for free. And as I said, how many times do we have it where people ask us, do you have a business card, right? And we give it to them because that's our natural reaction. But how do we know if they're going to call us?
Yeah.
Right? There's no call to action. Whereas Blink, you can download the app on your phone, and if Rob says, do you have a business card? I do, Rob. I can send it digitally to you right now. What's your mobile number, right? So you've got their data now, because you've got their information, and then it sends the digital business card to Rob, and it's not just a mobile email, it's any social tech platform you want to connect your consumers.
You can add links to anything, you can add, you can add property tours, so if you're at a home opener, right, and you want to go, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer have come through, and they don't suit that home, but they might suit the home down the street. In the old days, we might have had a folder that we just start peeling through all of our listings. Now you can just send them a link that's attached to your Blink, and they can watch a property tour or whatever.
And it's also the next generational consumer that's coming through, right? We're dealing with the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas, right? They don't want to pick the phone up and talk. Like, I'm an 80s baby, I'm old school, I love a conversation and picking the phone up. They don't. So I literally, before I boarded the plane yesterday, I had a young couple that bought a property 3 years ago. Obviously your market like ours has gone insane over the last 3 years, so they're sitting on a lot of equity. He messaged me, and I didn't really take in the message itself, because he said, I'm busy at work, but just wondering if we could catch up at a suitable day and time. Now my natural reaction was, I picked up the phone and called him, didn't I? Because I was on the road, driving, and he didn't answer, but he texted me back straight away, right? So he knew I was calling. Said, hey Chris, too busy, text is the best form. I'd like to catch up with you. So what I did is I sent him my Blink digital business card. I said, my apologies, appreciate you're busy. Here's my digital calendar. You can book in with me at a suitable day and time too, right? He did that. I got the notification as I was boarding the Jetstar flight internationally to Western Australia, and the appraisal's already locked in my diary for Friday at 4 p.m. Didn't have to speak with me. Ease, efficiencies, convenience for the next generation of consumer that's coming through.
Beautiful, beautiful. Chris, I just want to share an idea here, because we're all about trying to provide value to you. Something that we've just started to use with some of the people in our team. How many of you love the thought of cold calling and door knocking? That was a 0% response, right? That was like 0.0 response, right? How many of you have heard of the concept of the digital door knock? Yeah, it's about 3. Right, so this is a tip. How many of you know what YouTube is? Because we're starting from 0. How many know what YouTube are? Yeah,
only go up.
It can only go up. How much does it cost to get a YouTube channel?
0.
This young fella here says 0. And is it the same over there on that table? Is it still 0? Yeah, 0. Yeah. And how many of you have a phone that can record a video? Because you're not still running with the 3310 that you got when you got in the industry, are you? Like the Nokia 30, yeah, somebody will, oh yeah, I had that one, that was a good one. And then you upgraded to the N64, how good was that? Could take pictures. So what you can do with your phone, and we'll give it a practice run in just a second, so get ready, get your phones out, because I know you're worried about your notifications anyway. We're going to do a practice run. If you ever went and did a door knock, what would you say to somebody when you knocked on their door? Or what do you think you would say to somebody? Has anyone door knocked? Has anyone actually door knocked?
Yeah.
Okay, we're up to 4%, that's great. But what do you think you would, if you went to the best trainers in the world, what script would they tell you to use? Shout it out, what do you think?
We're not letting our secrets out.
Amanda?
Hey, I'm just letter dropping in the area. I'm Amanda from EXP Realty. Can I help you with anything real estate?
Yep, okay, perfect. That could be your message. You might have a different message. What you can do is take less than 2 minutes to record a video that's an intro of yourself, what in the world you're doing in their letterbox, load that to YouTube from your phone using a Canva thumbnail. Everyone knows what Canva is? Do some people know what Canva is? Does anyone not know what Canva is? Canva is a graphic design tool. So you can, and there's a free version of that, canva.com if you're not familiar with it. You can create a YouTube thumbnail for that with your beautiful 30-year-old profile photo. You know, you probably have a competitor in your marketplace that is still using a photo that they got in 1989. And you think their grandson is still in real estate. That's fantastic. So you take your photo, you take your contact information, you make a thumbnail on that, you upload the video that you're going to practice in just a second to YouTube. That YouTube video will then have a URL link. You pop that into any QR code generator, which is, again, I lost some of you. You know QR codes where you had to scan in with your state health app? Yeah, don't use that for normal QR codes. I have had that experience. The QR code's not working. How are you trying to use it? Well, I've got WA Health or whatever it was, you know, and I can't open the QR code. Yeah, okay, flip over to your camera, use it that way. But you can then take the URL, put it into a QR code generator, have the QR code, have that printed onto your DL flyers that you're having someone in your farm area's children drop. And you can have that. So people actually get to meet you and build a relationship with you from the very start while you are out here playing 9 holes, or you are spending time with your kids, or you're at the beach, or whatever. Because our business is all about becoming the rock star in your neighborhood. So what I'd love you to do, take out your phone, get your video setting, flip the camera around, and just between now and our next speaker, record a practice video. Now some of you will nail it, and you'll want to use it, so be careful, don't do it too well this time. And I just want you to create a video, and it says something to the effect of, hey, it's Rob Davis with such and such real estate. I'm just out knocking on a few doors today, and I just want to introduce myself. If there's anything I can ever do to help you in real estate, be sure to reach out to me. I'm all too happy to help you. Something to that effect. All right? So you're ready? You're brave? Get your introvert coat off, put your extrovert coat on, get your phone up. Feel free to move around the room if you want to. Step out on the balcony. I'll give you 3 to 4 minutes to get it done. And when you come back, I'd love to have a raise of hands of people who were actually brave enough to do it. All right, guys, grab those phones. Let's get recording, and we'll transition to our next session.
No, it's just going to be